Hi kids, welcome to today's class. So today we're going to be learning all about life in a coral reef. Do we know where a coral reef is found? Yes, under the ocean. So let's go under the ocean and find out all about a coral reef. Life in a Coral Reef by Starry-Eyed Stan. So coral reefs are made up of tiny animals that are called polyps. And 500 million years ago, that's when coral reefs were first formed. It's a long time. Coral reefs are so brightly colored. They have so many colors like green, yellow, pink, orange, blue, red, just like a rainbow. Coral reefs are found in tropical oceans. And do you know that they are not found in deep water? They are found in shallow water because they need the sun to help them grow and become so colorful. And many different creatures live near or around a coral reef, it's like fish and lobsters and octopuses and seahorses. Coral reefs are alive. So at nighttime they eat and they have small stingy tentacles which help them catch their prey, eat them. And also people use coral reefs to make medicine. So large areas of the coral reefs are starting to die. That is because the ocean water is getting too warm for them. There's a huge coral reef near Australia called the Great Barrier Reef. And if you look at the picture down here, you can see it has many lovely plants and flowers and colors. Now let's learn about some creatures that live near or on a coral reef. We have fish like angelfish, and down you can see a lionfish, clownfish just like Nemo, butterfly fish, and sea snails. Let's learn a little bit about sea snails. Sea snails can be found in nearly every ocean. They are often found in coral reefs where there's lots of yummy things for them to eat. And sea snails breathe through their gills just like fish. They stick themselves to the surface of the ocean, such as rocks and plants, and they bury themselves in the sand. Sea snails sleep all day and are awake at night, not like us. Then there's starfish. Do you know that starfish cannot swim? They have hundreds of tiny little feet on the end of each arm, and they are called tube feet. Starfish like to eat pizzas and burgers. No. Starfish like to eat tiny fish, such as clams and oysters. And do you know that starfish, they have 2 stomachs and 5 arms, but they have no brain and they have no blood. And they have tiny little eyes at the end of their arms, but they can't really see that well. Now let's learn about seahorses. They also live in a coral reef. Seahorses are called seahorses because their heads are shaped like a tiny horse. They swim upright in the seaweed and between the sea plants. Seahorses are very good at camouflaging themselves. That means the word camouflage means that they can hide themselves in the surrounding, in what's around them. This helps them to hide from other creatures so that they don't get eaten. Next, we're learning about octopuses. Octopuses have 2 eyes and they have 8 long legs called tentacles. And octopuses are invertebrates, which means that they have no skeleton, which means that they have no bones. So if we do this on our arms, we can feel our bones in it, but an octopus doesn't have any bones. But they have a hard beak, so where their mouth would be, just like a bird. And they use their beak to break their food, such as crab and snails and shellfish. Wow, an octopus has 1, 2, 3 hearts. And they have very good eyesight. And they are very clever, just like you. Let's learn about moray eels. A moray eel is a large type of eel. They look a bit like a snake, but they actually fish. They live in the caves and cracks and rocks at the bottom of the sea. They like to eat fish and meat and octopus and squid and crabs. They have large eyes, but just like a starfish, they cannot see that well. Crabs. Crabs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 legs. The first pair of legs are used as claws. They have their skeleton, which is like their bones, on the outside of their body. This is called their shell. Crabs like to eat meat and plants. And crabs swim and walk sideways. There we go. Now we learned about all the animals or sea creatures that live near a coral reef. So coral reefs are living things, are living animals, and they're very interesting to learn about. The most interesting thing for me was how beautiful and colorful they are. Okay, kiddos, it's time for you to use all the information that you just learned, and you can build your own coral reef. Don't forget to make it as colorful as you like and use your imagination. Have fun